live.
And we're live, and my glasses are still dirty, but you know, that's fine. Means I'm seeing dirty. Is that right? I'm good. I'm good. Thank you. I'm used to it. I appreciate it though. Still got that soul bourbon, Croatian Manhattan. It's delicious. Oh shit! I forgot the cherries are downstairs. I forgot. So. A lot of good shit today, a lot of fun shit. So I don't know if you guys have been following the adventures of Fast Pumpkin or not, but I don't know if Justin can throw that video up while we can get through it and people can come back. It's in 997 DGG in Slackaroony. What's up, Orest? How's your Friday? Hopefully you didn't float away. What's going on, David? Gonna get a quick video. I posted it on Dundon's social media. I put it up on my social media. Wow. Storm approaching with rain, wind, and snow for Halloween. Huh. Who'd have thunk it? There we go. This is not suitable for work. I do curse in it, but not until the end. And it sounds like garbage because we don't have a muffler on it currently. So, oh, right on. Appreciate that, David. I'll make sure to relay it. So for those of you who have been following along with Pumpkin's Adventures, we have a new PCB board that is more capable and competent than the one that was in the car previously. And we were having a problem with communication with the PDK controller. Well, it turns out it was not the PCB board. It was the PDK controller. It had taken a dump. So shout out to the guys at MBZ at YTech Performance, YTech something, I forget their name. There she is. Got a PDK controller. They got it to me in a week. I had it today. We got it in the car. Got the PWiz hooked up, cleared all the codes. Brum, 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 brum. Sounded just like that. You can record it. Sounds just like a 997 starting. Just saying. Cheers. More of these, it sounds even more like a 997, but probably more to me than to you, but whichever. So that was very encouraging. So next week we'll align the PDK clutches because the controller is kind of like, hello, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. But it at least knows that it is aligned with the appropriate car. And the appropriate DME. And so that worked. And shout out to the guys at MBZ. They sent it. We didn't have to align anything. And bolted right in the car, fired right up. So, fuck yeah. Fast Pumpkin may ride by Halloween. We have a week. If I get it around the block again by Halloween, that will be a huge success. So, what else is going on? I got a story. Story time. Story time with Uncle Jamie. That's what you guys sign up for. So, we have a supplier, and supplier they've had some troubles. They've been pretty good, but not. Right, that's a good question. I'd say it's probably pretty straightforward. You know, if you identify the bill of materials on the PCB and you can flash it, then getting old PCBs made is really just paying for the pick and place and mapping it out. It's not inexpensive, but if there was a market for it, you could absolutely do it. Versus, you know, having to go to a standalone, these kinds of things. And sometimes standalone isn't a bad way to do that versus, you know, 1980s, 1990s technology. But anyway, so we have a supplier. And I get this email from the supplier, and the email essentially said, "Hi, your remittances to your invoices now need to be sent to this loan company because your supplier has sold their receivables to us, and therefore you need to remit to us because they are now delinquent in paying back their loan." Well, shit. Call supplier. What the hell is this about? "Oh yeah, we took care of that. There won't be any more like that." But, okay, so I can ignore it. An hour or two later, I get an email from the lien holder saying, "Yep, everything's clear. You're fine." Well, this past week, so that was last week, we got that. This week, I get another one. And this one had some teeth. And I get an email from a Vladimir in negotiations was his title. He's negotiations. So I'm like, oh boy, okay. So now we're playing with Vladimir in negotiations and a law firm that's representing this other capital company and yada, yada, yada. Whoo, hold up. I did not live my whole life on the right side of credit and using credit right for a supplier to now get me involved with Vladimir in negotiations. So this is more of a, I don't know. What's the word I'm looking for? A warning story. What are those called? A cautionary tale. There we go. A cautionary tale. That's what I was looking for. Yes. I was like, there's a phrase and I can't think of it. Let me have another sip. I'm sure it'll come to me after that. So I've spent the last little bit of this week, the last couple days, one, educating myself on the Universal Commercial Code. Shit you have to learn when you're in business. It's fucking crazy. And what my rights are as being in a minority loan position without a security. Essentially, we're net 30 with said supplier, so therefore we have debt to this supplier, and someone can buy that debt, and that's what's happened. For those of you who don't know what this is called factoring. Is the nature of this business, and if you are in business for yourself or in a business, absolutely do not sell a kidney before you do factoring. It is the worst possible way to get financing. I'll give you, for instance, one of the notes that I read was $400,000 is what the receivables were that the loan company purchased from the receiver of funds, okay? But they didn't buy it for $400,000. They bought it for $289,000 after fees and what they valued those invoices at. But the receiver of the funds has to pay back the lender $400,000 in receivables, because that's what it's secured with. So it's secured at $400,000. So they're taking a $120,000 haircut, and they pay this back. I think it was at like $6,300 weekly. Another one that I saw was $800 a day. So I'm just like, I don't understand the level of desperation you must be to sign up for that kind of financing. You're in a very, very desperate place, which is really kind of crazy. Yeah, it's stupid, Ryan. It's 100% like just stupid. Can't think of another word for it other than just stupid. And it's crazy to me that these loan companies can exist. And they must be doing really fucking well, because they were like, hell yeah, we'll give you $280,000 for $400,000 in receivables. Like, the loan origination fee was $5,250. The document fee was $5,250. No, these weren't merchant cash advances. This was factoring, because Zane, this was somebody on net 30 terms, not taking credit cards. Merchant cash advances are similar. They're fucking horrible. Just stay away. I'd rather get hard money than that. But still, hard money's called hard for a reason. They show up with fucking baseball bats. So, yeah, it's just stay away. Stay away. Stay away. So anyway, that's my cautionary tale. Been dealing with that, and finally got Vlad to stop, harassing me and stuff. We got a release that we don't have to send them money. And I talked to the supplier, and they're going to fix things. They've been saying they're going to fix things for a few years now. We'll see if they actually can. Just fucking crazy. Just fucking crazy. So, a couple things. Some of y'all have been hanging out, wanting to know when we have some pre-owned stuff. Well, we got some pre-owned stuff. We've had a number of guys coming in and trading parts in, trading them around. So we're going to go through that. Let me go back and answer David's question for the .1 GT3 deck lid on Lab Mouse. Is it going to be a double intake scoop like the .2, or is it a large single like the .1, which in my opinion is a much nicer a possibility. It is going to be like the .2 because it is a universal deck lid for both cars, 991.1, 991.2. We wanted to do the dual scoops because it gives us more flexibility on how we build the underneath, so that it has more applicability to turbos, Carreras, GT3s. Yeah, that covers it. Turbos, Carreras, GT3s. The deck lid will come primered, and the scoops will be shiny carbon, so they'll be shiny. We may offer them in matte as a special edition, or we might tell you to just wrap them in matte PPF and only do them in shiny 2x212. So, good question though. Thank you for that. And Johnny on the spot up there with the picture of the Lab Mouse and the deck lid. That's getting a lot closer. We actually believe we found a brake light that we like, that will work, that's commercially available, and is UV stable. The lenses that we 3D printed that we were very excited about, they turned yellow in about a day. So, 3D printed resins are not quite ready for... we have a solution for that. No, the inside changes. You don't have to run a .2 upper intake inlet. We change the inside of it. Just the scoops on the outside are that way. The inside will be either or, because we're building it. It's the inside that you have to worry about to make it go into 1 or going to 2, that kind of thing. So we got you. Don't sweat it. We'll make sure you don't have to buy nothing. All right. So, used parts. Speaking of 991, oh, fantastic. Nice segue. Oh, yeah, 991. We've got full street header kit and loud mufflers for the 991. All pre-owned. If you see this, reach out. Here you go. It fits all 991.1, 991.2 GT3s, and GT3 RSs. We have a couple loud mufflers for those of you who might have an Inconel crack pipe and want to get a loud muffler. We got a couple pre-owned loud mufflers. We've got a 992 tip options are just going to be standard tip options right now. So rolled, PVD, and we always do new tips with pre-owned parts. That's why we have so many pre-owned tips around here, because we never sell them. We've got 997 system And this is kind of a first come, first serve. We got a couple different headers. We've got 997.2 GT3 RS street headers and 3-inch outlet secondaries for one of our mufflers. So that would be a complete system. We've also got 997.1 headers. There you go. For those so inclined and might be interested. I've talked to a few of you, so please reach out and let us know that you're interested in. We have to build these invoices. We don't have them all up and built on the website yet. It takes us a bit to put all this together, but I have the list and we'll try and get all that put together early next week so that we can get all those across the line. So 997.1 GT3s, 997.2 GT3 RS. We have those complete packages. There you go. We have a 992 mini crack pipe, not the full system, but the mini crack pipe is available. We could get you a partially pre-owned kit, which would be new headers, new cats, new valves, and a pre-owned mini crack pipe for a 992, those of you who are interested. We've got GT2 RS Ink and Hell system. That is our straight pipe for the GT2 RS. Justin's looking for pictures, it looks like.
Oh, sorry.
That's all right. There we go. Hey, they're there. Hey, perfect. So the 2RS system. I think that's it. 991 full system, 997 full system, bunch of loud mufflers, GT2 RS Ink and Hell, and 992 mini crack pipe that we could build you a kit. So that's the gist for those. Starting the end of this next week, or I guess it's technically after Halloween, November 3rd. Be ready. Black Friday sale starts then. Hallelujah. GT3 Hank, let's talk about that. Why would Dundon make a system that mates to the center muffler? That is a mistake. There's a reason our race headers only come in 3-inch outlets. You can't plug a 3-inch race header into a stock muffler because it will blow it up. But our street headers are in 2.5-inch. So that might mean that since they go in to the muffler, they're not going to blow it up. There's a lot of hullabaloo, otherwise known as bullshit, on the internet about owners hearing a thing and saying, oh, well, this thing will blow this up and that thing will blow this up. And I heard from my friend that knows a guy that dated a girl who knows a guy that when he did this, his car blew up and blah, blah. Just poopy for all that. Yes, you still get power gains. The power comes from the headers. The power comes from the headers. Do you lose a little bit from running it through a 2.5-inch muffler that's got a little bit of turbulence in it? Will the sound be not as crisp and clean with a stock center muffler? Correct, but you still get plenty of power. You're still going to get about the same power as you would with a full system with one of our mufflers or a mini crack pipe on it. Because like I said, the power is created at the header. It's not created by taking the cats off. It's created at the header. It's not created by putting a center muffler delete on your car. It's created at the header. On and on and on and on and on. I can keep saying it 100 different ways, but I have a funny feeling you intelligent people who join me for Friday afternoons get it by now. There's a little fruit fly trying to have some of my drink. Would you crawl in my drink already so you'd stop bugging me? But great question, GT3 Hank. That is a long-standing internet rumor that street headers break mufflers. No. Race headers break mufflers. Catless headers break mufflers. So that's where that came from, and it can die. Halloween-style death here on the Friday before Halloween, Whiskey Friday. So, absolutely. What else? We were talking about something else. Oh, Porsche's got a new CEO. That's interesting. It came from Aston Martin? Is that right? I think that's right. No, it wasn't Aston. No, not Aston. McLaren.
McLaren?
He came from McLaren. That's right. He came from McLaren. So, means we might not see any more naturally aspirated cars. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Maybe not. Maybe. Am I? I don't know. Do I know something? No, I don't know anything. As my wife says all the time, I don't know anything. Okay. Pumpkin update. Oh, there he is. Dr. Michael something. Leaders? I'm kind of read that. Leiters. Yeah, will become CEO of Porsche. Oh, not till January. Oh, okay. So we got a minute. We got a minute. That's good. Why am I buzzing? Ah, okay. What else we got? Anybody got any questions for us? You've had some good questions so far. Ah, we dropped our trick or treat pumpkin video. That was spearheaded by Dylan and Justin. They took the car out and tried to do a pumpkin run. So we'll catch that on YouTube. TRS Cobra, yeah, it sure seems like it. Sure seems like it. I heard that there's a that SSR has made a GT3 RS turbocharged in Germany. That's their solution for the Manti MR is to turbocharge their car and blow up the warranty and not worry about it. I have general concerns about turbocharging a high compression naturally aspirated engine that wasn't designed for turbocharging. I mean, I get you run it on low boost and blah blah blah, but not ideal. Not ideal. Having been a guy that started a company where we supercharged naturally aspirated high compression port injected engines on E39 M5s, the S62 is pretty stout, as shown by all of its Daytona prototype wins. But I don't still think it's a great idea to give them a lot of boost. A little bit of boost, okay. A lot of boost? Nah, not a great idea. Supras, on the other hand, to the moon, baby. Off you go. And I have been hearing this rumor that everybody was saying it's going to be a GT2 RS, it's going to be a GT2 RS, and I'm like, no, I think it's a turbocharged GT3 RS. It seems to be picking up some reality. I saw a couple pictures from one of the Nürburgring spy shots that said that's a GT3 RS with turbos.
Yeah.
So.
But it's still in its, what's it called? Not pilot stage. What's it called? Prototype stage.
Yeah, still prototype stage. Issue with lower timing is higher EGTs. Higher exhaust gas temps, more likely to build up heat and create more knock, and you get into a death spiral. So you lower the timing, sure, but then you're running it hotter because of reduced timing, and then you end up with more knock, so you got to reduce timing again, and then you get more knock because the exhaust temps go up, and you get into this like pew, boom. So yeah, it's not a good idea. 718 GT4 does that even naturally aspirated because it runs so hot that if you try and before you're getting temperature out of it, if you try and give it more, if it's running so hot, this is why we had to tackle the 718 GT4 the way we did. Good night, Dylan. Thank you for your work this week. See you on Monday. We had to get the coolant temps down. We had to, which in turn got the oil temps down, which got the car out of a death spiral. So allowed us to give it some timing and keep knock at bay. And that at the end of the day is important because internal combustion engines are not very thermally efficient. They give off a lot of heat for the amount of energy they blow up, you know, that you convert chemical energy into into mechanical engineering. And the byproduct that is a lot of heat and a little bit of mechanical energy. So you gotta make sure you're keeping that that thermal component of the engine in check. Otherwise, you get into runaway and you don't get it back. You just turn it off, wait for it to cool off, and try again. So that's why things like methanol are a thing. And anybody who's curious about doing water methanol injection, I would tell you to look it up. It is one of the reasons that the Allies won in World War II. It was an enabling thing for all the aircraft in World War II. They were able to stay in the air longer, produce more power, have higher climb rates, stave off knock, yada, yada, yada. Works the same in modern cars. I'm considering doing it for my RS6, mainly because it'll help keep the valves clean. Because, port injection keeps the backs of valves clean and DFI doesn't. And my RS6 doesn't ever get hot. I mean, it's a commuter vehicle. It's like a bus. It drives me from the house to here and back home. Don't get me wrong. It's a really nice bus. It's got like ball blower seats and, nice audio system. 600-700 horsepower, never goes over 2,000 RPM for the most part. So yeah, I'm horrible to that car. Our Porsches, I don't have to worry about it. They get hot. They go to the track, it's gonna burn off all the deposits. See what else? There's another one for you. So we have tale of two drivers. We're gonna talk about the tale of two drivers. Can you bring up a picture of a GT4 RS, please? If you can find one. We have some pictures of those, I believe. Maybe even handy ones. So, tale of two drivers. We have one driver on the East Coast called and wanted track day setup and MCS, and he had been driving his 4RS for a while on track. Got those parts, followed our prescription. Very, very happy customer. Very super happy, right? It's like the butt wiggle is gone. I got a lot more confidence in the car. I'm very, very happy with it. Great. That's what we like to hear. Had another customer, never driven the car on track. Never driven the car on track, not stock, not ever. Wanted to modify it right out of the bat. I want to make it great. He's a older cup car driver, and so he's used to 911s and really sticky tires. Awesome. Decent driver, goes pretty quick around the track. Problem is, 4RS is a very different car than a 911. 911s, you trail brake the shit out of them. You get them to rotate a little bit with that big weight in the rear end. And as soon as you hit the gas, ass is planted. You're gone. Mid-engine car, it'll rotate both ways. It'll rotate on entry. It'll rotate on exit. So you got to keep it very balanced. You got to be very tidy in the car. You can't trail brake. You got to be very, very tidy and very, very clean with your inputs in that car. The way that the rear suspension is put together, it has a noticeable bump steer curve. It's noticeable. Even when we put sauce on it, unless you do all the sauce, including meaning MCS, track day setup package, and full aero, that really starts to calm everything down a lot. The aero makes a big difference in transitions and how the car behaves. It makes it very, very calm, very, very compliant. MCS by itself does a very good job. As our friend on the East Coast who did this and had been driving the car stock for at least a year, like I think 2 seasons, reported back. He's like, wow, the car's way better, way, 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 way better. So anyway, guy on the this other gentleman gets in the car, like calls us all fired up. This is shit. Blah, blah, blah. Car's maniacal. I'm going to change all of these settings at the track. Blah, 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 blah. Whoa. Time out. Okay, so you never drove the car stock. It's your first time driving the car, and you're trying to drive it like your old cup car. No. This isn't an issue with setup. This is an issue with expectations, and this is an issue with driver input. This is not an issue with parts you bought, nor the setup of the car. This has to do entirely with the driver. So where am I going with this? Be an educated consumer. Be an educated consumer. There is no one that's twisting anyone's arm to buy a bunch of parts for a brand new car before you've ever driven it. Go see what you're working with first. Please, please, go drive the car. You know, I get it. You want an exhaust, you want it to sound great. I have confidence in that your expectations will be satisfied because you're essentially just getting the same thing that you had on the last car. You know, small nuancy differences, right? If you had one of our systems on a 991.2 GT3 RS, you get a 992 GT3 RS, they're both flat sixes. They both have the same firing order. They both rev to the same level. Yes, there's slight differences in fueling and, you know, acceleration enrichment and overrun fueling, and just small nuancy things. But in general, they're the same thing. You're going to get the same result, right? The exhausts, very similar. So that, fine. You want to buy an exhaust right out of the bat, killer. Do that. When it comes down to the interaction of a driver's interpretation and feel in a car and the alignment of the car and the setup of the car, you need to at least have some place to judge from. So drive the car. Please. It's a simple, I'm not even asking you to spend money. Just go drive the car before, because this same plea was made with this other customer. Please don't do this. Please go drive the car because I do not want to get a phone call from you saying this car is still maniacal. And unfortunately, I was able to predict the future when he drove the car just like he would drive his other cars and then proceeded to call us and tell us how maniacal the 4RS is, that we've been trying to tell people for the last 2+ years that it's kind of a beast and doesn't want to take any prisoners. It's a sweetheart once all dialed in. Aero, MCS, it's blisteringly quick and a super fun car. Reminds me a lot of a 997 in both size and personality. It's kind of a doesn't give two shits. If you guys remember the Honey Badger, that's kind of what a 4RS is to me. Doesn't care what you think of it. I'm going to be what I'm going to be and fuck you. It's kind of the 4RS. For those of you who have been waiting for the Manti Dundon Battle Royal next week. So we've been having Justin weld titanium mufflers. He's been doing a stellar job. You got a pretty picture of that tie muffler you did?
I can bring it up.
Oh, just bring it on up. Yeah, so pretty. Like, no touch up, no nothing. No like post blast or like Scotch Brite to make all the welds clear and all this bit. It's fucking tits right out of the bat. And that's why we love Justin, man. He's a perfectionist. So I'll show you guys some of that. Yeah, alky injection has a good system. The thing, David, I've been trying to do, we've been working on, I've had an idea for one for a while, for especially our customers in hot climates, you know, Texas. Oh, so pretty. Let's check it over here. You want to, oh, look at this. Look at this shiny, pretty thing. No pie cuts. It's crazy, right? No pie cuts. Oh, this is the side we want to see. Look at the no oxidation. So let's teach you guys something about welding. So everybody thinks that titanium needs to turn colors when you weld it. So I'm going to take you all to school for a minute. Metals form oxide films. They form oxide films with heat and in the presence of oxygen. Whenever you pour whenever you see like oil on water and it makes a color, it makes a rainbow color, That is the diffraction of light. Is it? Yeah, diffraction, refraction. I forget. I'm gonna teach y'all something I don't know it myself. So just keep up. One of the two. One of those fractions. Somebody smart will go in the comment section. I'm a chemical engineer. I don't have to know physics. Kidding. So the wavelength of light gets bent. Some of it gets captured, and just the specific wavelength of that color comes out because it gets trapped into that film, and you get to see blue or green or purple or whatever it is. So when you're seeing colors on your welded titanium or Inconel and they come that way, they purposefully oxidized the surface. When you see that kind of purposeful oxidation, so you can have it anodized, right? You can do this with electrolysis, and you can film oxide layers on the material in a cohesive way that isn't going to necessarily make the material contaminated or worse. But when you see it on a weld, there you go.
That's the AI answer.
That is the AI answer, and that's a good answer. So when you see, let me find one of these welds. If you see this weld and it was blue, that means it's contaminated, and it's contaminated with oxygen, so it's not pure metal. And so that means it is compromised. It will make it brittle. That's not something you want. You don't want that. Do not buy pie cut bullshit, Chinese made, purposefully contaminated, striped exhausts. Please don't do that. Save your money, because it's gonna fucking break. It's gonna break. That is not the way you do that in motorsports. That is not the way you do that in aerospace. Don't do it. Don't do it. This thing is fucking tits. It's so, I mean, literally, they're beautifully pure, clean. Every single weld is, it's not even a little light gold. It's fucking silver. Just perfect. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. It's not that it's not that it's on the surface. You can see the surface, but all of that oxygen's in the weld. So it's kind of like your body had contamination as it's trying to build a scar, right? Chinese tiger stripes, absolutely. So it's like there's sand in your wound as your body's trying to stitch it back together. It's going to stitch around the sand. And it's going to crack again. The other thing with fixing titanium is you really can't fix it. Once it cracks, it's contaminated now with carbon, and that's worse because you can't get it out. You can't weld it back together, so it's just going to keep breaking in the same spot.
Just a Band-Aid at that point.
Yeah, it's just a Band-Aid. You soldered it back together. You didn't weld it because the metal is all contaminated with carbon. So anyway, I am exceedingly proud of my team that builds these, that makes these. We've got new tips. You guys can see the new tips. They are rounded. So we did double wall titanium 3D printed tips. So this is one option. This is the other. I don't know if you guys can see these. So YSOC edition, same price. We're getting these up on the website. So that's going to be our new 2 versions of titanium tips for the tie muffler. These are actually titanium YSOC tips for our stainless mufflers. These are kind of spendy, so they will not be a free option. They're a bit bigger as well. You can see there's a lot more going on with these, but they look amazing. And these are our new steel PVD black YSOC tips. A little harder to see. Let's see if I can get it. Maybe.
Maybe.
They are YSOC. They're very subtle. There you go. There you go. You can see how they're subtle in there. So they're all polished up. PVD black. Charles has been busy giving the sales team fits, because now we got to figure out how we like display and market all this shit and how we're going to make all these new Yeah, it's this thing's awesome. And the other thing to keep in mind, the material and the stiffness of the material will tailor the sound. If you want high pitch, you want something that sounds high pitch. When you ting it, it needs to ting, because then it's stiff and it doesn't reverberate like a drum. It's only going to move a little bit with the sound waves inside of it. If you want that lower pitch muscle car, more muscle-y car sound, and we've got two camps, I would say the majority of guys want this. They all grew up listening to V10 Formula One cars in their formative years, and everybody wants one. They all want to sound like McLaren at, Art and Senna at Monaco, kind of thing. But mini crack pipe, tie muffler with our loud inserts. I don't know if you guys can see this, but there is an initial expansion here. I don't want to spark it up. There we go. Move it over here. Now you can, kind of see it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's a little expansion there before. All right, there. Before the lower tube picks up. When we put loud inserts in here, we seal that. So loud inserts go from here, and we make that a continuous path, so there's no initial expansion into the muffler. That actually makes it louder with when the valves are open and we're down here in this larger path, and quieter when we're on the upper path, because we're preventing one of the paths for the gases to immediately escape and go out the tips. Tie muffler is a great Goldilocks solution for most guys. It's spendy. This thing is a beast of both time and design and craftsmanship. I mean, it's fucking gorgeous. So that we could keep up with demand, we've moved to a lot of 3D printed components in this, and we've kind of changed the design of it a little bit. We've gotten a lot quicker than we used to be with making it. It still takes a minute to be able to build them. We have to build them in a argon bubble, so it's like a little biohazard tent, if you will. So they got to put the gloves on. That whole chamber is full of argon. There's no oxygen in it. We had to figure that out. How do we get all the oxygen out? Because oxygen's heavier than argon. We also create ozone whenever we strike an arc when there's oxygen in there, which is also heavier. So it would start to kind of pool at the bottom of the bubble and kind of build up over time. And, first couple test pieces we were making, they were seeing that they were starting to get some contamination, oxygen contamination lower on, and then it would creep up higher and higher as time would go on. And we were able to figure out we needed to have a purge at the bottom to let all that ozone out as we're putting more argon in the top. So a lot of R&D went into the manufacture of this. We'll probably end up with another bubble here shortly. Justin's going in on Monday to weld another one of these, but with special Y-sock tips. So another one of these, so we can get pictures for the website before Black Friday, because we're very excited about moving forward on these. One thing, our existing quiet tip solution for the old tips does not work in the new tips. So Charles is working on that. So just hopefully we don't have any, let me say that this way. Typically this time of year, it's the loud tracks that are still open, the ones in Texas and in Southern California and in Florida, and they don't have decibel restrictions. It's typically all the ones in the northern climes that are built in country clubs and have decibel restrictions. Canada, Area 27, Laguna Seca, Lime Rock, what's the fancy one in New York? The members only track. Anyway, there's another one over there. So yeah, we'll have them done probably before the end of the year, and we should have them available. We're going to make it so that they're universal for all of the mufflers, and they will attach similar to our other titanium quiet tips. Yeah. Don't buy shitty exhaust parts. Don't know how to say it. Don't buy shitty exhaust. Don't buy exhaust parts if you want cheap. If you want shit, just don't buy it. Leave the stock stuff on the car. It's really good. It's really good. You want really good stuff? Save your shekels. Go dive in your couch. Find your change. You know, set up a GoFundMe. Something. You know, get good shit for your $300,000 car. Last thing is, this continues to be a question. Yes, all of our parts fit in 992.2. They are direct bolt-on. If you have a 992.1, you can literally take those parts off of your 992.1 in the United States, put them on your 992.2, and carry on. If you have a 992.2, feel free to call us. We are happy to help get you the right system in the right order, and you're coming into the right time of year. It's Black Friday, so we're making deals, baby. We're making deals. Like Kung Fu. I don't know Kung Fu, but this feels like maybe I know Kung Fu. This is crazy juice. It's been a week, gentlemen. It's been a week. I'm glad Friday ended the way it did. Pumpkin starting, that was really kind. For those of you who came late, Pumpkin is my 997.1 GT3 RS. It's bright orange. Justin can show the picture of it when it was last out and about, driving over in Purdy. Purdy is an area on the water here close to us. We've been, the gist is we have a 991.2 GT3 4-liter from a 991.2 GT3 RS and a PDK transmission. And we have married those two control units to the 997 chassis through my good friend Daniel's company's name's Calibrated Performance. We've been working on this for, fuck me, 6 years? 6 years. Untold numbers of hours to get it to this point. And she started today for the first time in a while. It was a little over a month ago that I got the new PCB board, and we've been sending canned messages back and forth. Ended up being a PDK controller that had shit the bed. Just decided didn't want to play. So so those of you who have project cars will appreciate this. Completely lost my train of thought. I am really bad about reading a comment and completely losing my train of thought. So Pumpkin last drove over a year ago when Daniel was here. But by marrying the two chassis, the control units for the engine and the transmission to the 997 chassis, we don't need a standalone engine controller. It's still on the stock ECU. So you can still plug a PWIZ into it, and you can still interrogate it for error codes and, you know, service and all the rest. So it's actually a very elegant solution to keeping the car stock, if you will, right? And it is a massive upgrade in performance. I've built 4.2 liters. I've spent more money than I'd like to admit on making Metzgers really, really wicked and fast. And the most we've ever seen out of one on our dynos, like 480, 485 wheel horsepower. There's a really, really nicely built 4.2 liter with headwork and cams. All of our exhaust parts, custom tuned by us, et cetera, et cetera. I can get almost 500 wheel out of a 991.2 GT3 RS with headers and a plenum on it. Not really doing anything to the inside. We've got plans to do big things on the inside, lots more displacement. So if things continue, now that she starts, to go the way I hope things do, then maybe by next Friday, you'll see me out driving. We'll get you a video of me driving Pumpkin, which would be fucking stellar. And of course, it's while Caleb's gone, because Caleb would be able to help me get the car ship shape. Caleb and Elliot, good luck on getting your car ready to go to going to SEMA and getting the car ready, and safe travels. Caleb came back to us after a hiatus and has been fantastic. David, I would tell you, you can save yourself a lot of time and consternation and just get our packages for your 991.1 GT3. We already have a tune ready. We have a full intake, including a plenum, 93 millimeter. Getting a touring intake is going to help a little bit, but if you still have a small throttle body, you're still going to not get as much pressure into the intake valves as you would. 911R intake is a touring intake. We just sold a package for somebody with that. We've got Cobb Tune, Pro Tune ready for the car. We even got kind of Super Squirrel secret intake runners that a local customer has that we made a couple times, and he's got probably the fastest 991.1 GT3 that we've ever seen. But happy to help with that. Be careful with the K custom tuning comparisons, because you don't want a TOONER, you want an actual calibrator. And somebody that's done this for a minute on these cars. Don't just let anybody tune your car. They're not going to know what they're doing. And while you're putting this much money into your 991.1 GT3, I'm happy to see it. Make sure you inspect your finger followers. We had another guy just last week I talked to with a 991.1 GT3 RS 4-liter, the ones that are immune to finger follower stuff. It's not a thing. It's not a thing.
Do we need to work developing quiet tips, correct?
What's that?
We're developing quiet tips, correct?
So does the quiet muffler need quiet tips? I think Mike's talking about a steel quiet muffler. I know Mike's taste in exhausts. I don't think he's going to splurge on a tie muffler. For Mike, maybe. For Laguna, yes. For Portland, maybe.
Speaking the language.
Yeah. So, good. As long as you have a G6, which doesn't mean anything, honestly, that's just DLC on DLC. Don't believe Facebook. Don't believe Renlist. They're all going to make you think that G6 is immune. It's not. It will fail because a 991.1 3RS is a G6. They're the same. DLC coded cams, DLC coded finger followers. If it's only got 1,000 miles on it, that's great. I would get a look at it probably around 3,000 or 4,000 miles, especially if they're track miles. My 2014 was not a G6, that was an E engine. It was already showing wear at 3,000 miles on track. So, just saying. It's better to be educated and make decisions than to shove your head squarely in the sand and pretend that you are immune. Don't, it's not going to happen to me, and then it happens to you. I think 991.1 is a performance bargain. It's a great car. It's got a good engine in it. It responds very well to tuning. Our headers get it from 400 to 430 and make over 40 wheel max. Different fuels in it, you can get even more. With the right intake stuff, you can get even more, et cetera, et cetera. So just be knowledgeable about it. That's all. Just be knowledgeable. Yes, Zane, you would with a tie muffler with loud inserts and quiet tips, specifically our quiet tips, turn downs. These aren't turn downs. They actually reflect the sound energy back into the muffler. You would do better if you removed the loud inserts, but that's a bit of a pain in the ass, honestly. So for your specific needs, we may say don't use the loud inserts since you're going to want to go to Laguna. But if you're going to Laguna once a year and only a 103 day, then your quiet inserts are going to get you there. Quiet inserts or quiet tips are good for 5 to 8 decibels depending on conditions, and that gets the muffler down at full boogie from like 108 or so to 100 to 102, somewhere in there. So they passed. We've had lots of tie muffler guys go to Laguna with our quiet tips. All of them pass. As long as you're not trying to do a 98 decibel day or whatnot. I also hear Laguna's under new management, has been for a minute, and that those higher decibel days will come more often. So, all right, y'all. Any other last minute questions? Otherwise, we've got another hour of chit-chatting with all of you. We got some new faces, new voices. I appreciate everybody joining us. More better sound than steel loud muffler is time muffler with loud inserts, brother. That's the way. That is the way. It's going to cost you a little bit, but and you will pass with the Nürburgring tips. Yes, sir. With the tie muffler Nürburgring tips. They are not the same Nürburgring tips because you can see there's no bolted on plate onto these that's welded on. So they literally will slip inside. So as long as you can wait until early next year for the Nürburgring tips, you'll be in good shape. You'll be in good shape. All right. Any quick last minute questions? Otherwise, we're going to take off. I'm going to go grab some dinner and off we go. You guys, couple 3, 2, 1s. I know it takes a few minutes for you to hear me and then type and then get them in here. Hey, there we go. Yes. Yes. Don't just change the clutch fluid. Change it all. Yes, yes, yes. It's just the transmission. It needs all its fluids changed. This whole garbage that you leave metal shavings in there so that as there's pitting in the gears, there's some particles to make it mesh right is just like, yeah, it makes me twitch. Don't do that. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely change all the fluids in your PDK for sure. And do a clutch align at the same time. Make sure that your clutches are adequate, and that by doing a clutch align, when you change the fluids, you'll make sure that you reduce the amount of wear because they'll be starting at the right positional place as they have worn. That's also important. That's what I have to do to Pumpkin on Monday since I got it to run. Cool. All right, gentle folks, enjoy yourself. Happy Aloha Friday. And Mike, I actually had plate lunch for lunch today. Got myself some Kahlua pork and a musubi. It was delicious. So you all have a wonderful weekend, and we'll see you next week. Be Halloween next Friday. So be safe. Watch out for black cats.